Hello and welcome to episode 74 of Preachin on Preacher at the Movies. This week we're discussing Pokémon, the first movie. Mm-hmm. And in part 2, we will be just discussing Pokémon in general. Specifically, its cultural and pop culture impact. So I'm Michael Ormond.
74, 75. Sorry, I'm Aidan Ralph.
I'm Joe Lennon.
You ruined my outro, you bastard.
Outro.
I was going to use that as the song for the end of the podcast. Now I can't because you sang it. I could use it next week because 75 next week.
Oh, God.
It's an awful, awful song. Please don't use it. I don't know why I sang it. I just thought it was funny.
I don't know why you did it.
And then I sang it and it was hilarious.
Because you wanted a ruin mix day.
But
I have already done that.
You know. You ruined my day by existing, Joe.
Fuck.
I was so
God
sorry
damn, come on.
ever after.
That's a bit harsh.
74, 75.
No?
Gotta catch him. Gotta catch him all. Oh,
oh my God. Okay.
oh.
Mick, keep this on the rails, Mick.
Yes, sir. Okay, so how were your weeks, gentlemen?
Yeah, it was all good. Oh, I caught that one, whatever that was. That's exciting.
It's so weird. Stop
just
playing
weird.
Pokemon while we're podcasting.
It's so
Playing
weird.
Pokemon while we're actually playing, which is kind of acceptable right now.
It's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
not.
It's
I do
apt.
not take this in
It
my
definitely
podcast.
is, yeah.
My week was good. How was your week, kids?
That was good.
That's a big bit.
Wow. There's so much information.
Riveting
stuff here.
No,
on
it
our
was
podcast,
quiet.
as
Like, there's
always.
my work's been a lot quieter recently because
People died.
because lots of people died. No, because
What is our obsession with that tonight?
yeah.
What, death?
Yeah.
You'll see in part 2.
If you want to know what our obsession with death is, then
You'll
keep
Watch
going
live
for
on Facebook an hour ago.
part two. Yeah, like it's basically my supervisor has just been
Died.
looking into. No, she didn't
Wow,
die.
that's
Shut the fuck
harsh.
up.
Okay.
She's very nice. I was waiting outside Aiden's... Random aside. I was waiting outside Aiden's office for him in the rain.
He's still stalking you, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
he is. Yes.
And his boss came out and was like, "Hey, you're Aiden's friend." And I go, "Hi." And she's like, "Where is Aiden?" I was like, "I don't know yet." She rang Aiden and told him to come out because I was in the rain.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Your friends out here in the rain. I was like, so I'm just putting away my laptop. I'll be out to him in 2 seconds. And then she said to me today, like, she said to me, like, why don't you just let him into the waiting area or whatever? I was like, so let me get this straight. You want me to go down, let him into the waiting area, then go back up and then pack away my shit and then go out anyway?
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah,
At least
he was
I
in
wouldn't
the
get
rain.
Wet.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's barely got any hair as it is.
Wow.
I think it would roll right down him.
Lol.
Surely it would
melt
help
him.
my head grow or my hair grow.
No, you're
All
not a
extra
plant.
water.
You're not a
I-
fucking chia
I
pet.
am a plant.
Chia.
Chia.
What's a chia head?
Chia pet.
Chia pet.
Oh, what are they?
That's an American thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, you could just go in the little alcoves between.
Alcoves. Was he talking about the fucking alcoves?
I could just go into the car park if I really wanted
Or
to.
you could just go in that. There's a thing that you do, like that first door. You don't need to swipe to get in, so you just go in that space if you really want
Pretty sure if you're up there stalking him, there was plenty of shelter in the bushes you were in like 30 seconds before.
I was actually playing Pokemon Go in the trees.
to. This is fun content, isn't it?
fun content.
But anyway, basically, my supervisor just got rid of a load of tickets by just
Deleting them.
working some shit around, getting some people to do some
Like,
things for
hey,
themselves, and
fuck off all this stuff.
so like for the past like almost 2 years, I've been like almost never leaving before 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my official finish time was always 6, and now we've actually started leaving on time, which has been fantastic. So yeah. Anyway, how are your weeks?
This one's a long week because I have 3 12-hour shifts on a Saturday.
Oh Jesus!
So.
Yeah. Saturday, you don't do Saturday.
We
I
should
know.
also say we also got
Gotta
Ken on the
covering one tomorrow as a special
Favor.
favor.
We
That's
should also
fair.
say, by the way, we have Ken with us
Ken on fact finding duty.
on the filming and on the Google machine. Say hi, Ken.
Hi.
Hi.
No, he said say hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
There you go.
That was good.
Yeah,
Such a bad joke.
It's been a long week and it's not over until tomorrow, and then I'm back in on Monday. So I'm not a happy person this week.
Yeah.
At
That's
all.
fair.
It's fucking shit. It's
Yeah,
fucking shit.
I don't miss weekends. Do you do weekends, Ken? Do you?
Yeah, I'll be in tomorrow. I normally do Saturday. Most Sundays I'm off, but
Yeah,
rare times I'm in.
yeah.
I
Like,
do not miss
yeah.
doing weekends.
Neither do I. Like, do you have a set day off during the week, or is it a very?
It's retail. You never have set days
Yeah.
off.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, except unless you're fucking Joe.
No idea, and don't tell anyone. I have no idea how it
How
happened.
many of your
the
staff
roster was
are you
just on
having
that.
sex with, Joe?
I don't know.
All
It
of
just
them.
happened. The roster came out and was like Monday to Friday. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then it just
Kept
here's the
going
weird
that
thing.
way.
It just kept happening,
Mm.
and
Someone
it hasn't
just-
stopped.
Someone just copy and pastes the roster the week before.
It's just amazing. It's just like it is. It's weird.
I'm the one
retail.
that makes the roster.
It's really weird. But every once in a while, this will be my second Saturday since July.
Nice.
Working in it.
Well, surely you've had multiple Saturdays since July.
Oh, for
Just
fuck's sake!
1919.
Sorry, that just really angered me, Nick. So I just need to.
Fuck.
Pokemon Go, the first movie.
Pokemon
Discuss.
Go, the first movie.
Pokemon, the first movie.
I believe it hasn't
Yeah.
been out a Pokemon Go movie
A
yet.
movie about Pokemon.
Pokemon Go, the movie.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll start discussing Pokemon, the first movie. So it's a movie about Pokemon. Mick, discuss.
Okay.
Sorry, I knew that would catch you out
Yeah,
straight away.
I wasn't
was like,
expecting
"Oh,
that.
son of a bitch.
You've seen this before.
No.
Had you not? Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
You're such a dick.
Ow, Jesus. That was aggression.
Abuse in the workplace.
Like, yeah, I know. Like,
This
I
is
mean,
not a workplace. This is
filming
my
it.
home.
There's
He's
verbal.
filming it in two angles right now.
There's verbal abuse every week anyway, but now he's gone on to fucking physical abuse.
You saw it, and you saw it. Ken, you got to do a cut to that when I.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
Jesus
Don't tell
Christ.
Ken how to edit.
I saw it in the cinema.
Okay.
I still have the Pokemon card you get when you entered the cinema.
Did
Oh.
you get the little gold-plated one that they gave out, and then
Mew.
you had them special edition in McDonald's afterwards?
No, they're
Oh.
at the start of the film you see the tablet of Mew on the ground. It's the card is that. So I have two of them, three of them actually, in a box at home.
Mm-hmm. Aiden, had you seen this before?
I had not. No.
Okay. This is your first. No, you watched the show.
I watched the
didn't you?
show back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. So initial impressions.
Mewtwo's a dick. First of all, let's
Mhm.
put that out there. Mewtwo's a fucking asshole in this
Fair.
game. And I thought the choice of the voice for Mewtwo was a bit odd. I don't think it really suited him for some reason.
Yeah, Christopher Walken would have made more sense.
I mean, these Pokemon, they're all dicks, and I gotta get rid of them.
What about Donald Trump?
This Mew
You
up
just-
my ass. Donald Trump. I am the best Pokemon in the world. Okay, it's unbelievable.
What
My
other
life-
impressions can he do? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
My life is so difficult. Okay,
Fake news, fake Pokemon.
fake news,
Fake
fake Pokemon, fake Ash.
You're after killing Ken, look.
Or what if Quentin Tarantino was Pokemon?
Yeah, what about Quentin
They're like
Tarantino?
the best
How would it-
impressions ever.
Yeah.
How would
Alright.
Tarantino done Mewtwo?
Let me tell you what Pokemon's all about. Okay,
That's fucking fantastic.
it's all about catching them all. Okay, but I'm the only one that fucking matters. All right.
The man of tree impressions.
Did you see did you see a sign outside my house that said Dead Mew Storage? Oh, I don't know where I'm
Store
going.
dead Muse ain't
Yeah.
my business.
Store Dead Mew's in my fucking business. That's why. But anyway,
Okay, so you don't like his voice.
yeah, I thought the voice was a bit odd.
Why? Does it remind you of
I-
a traumatic childhood event?
No, I don't know. I just don't think it really suited it for some reason. I don't know what it was.
The
but-
entire premise of the start of the film is hokey garbage.
Okay,
Pretty dark at the start.
go on.
Well, it's just weird. So he managed to create all of
It's
these.
so weird.
He's keeping his dead daughter alive. Well, her mind alive in
Oh,
some
yeah.
kind of gaseous star thing in a
Mhm.
chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And they create this Mewtwo,
Mhm.
and they're flying around some fake space.
It's all in their head.
Yeah. And all the Pokemon and the girl disappear.
They die. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just left alone, and it makes him he gets sad of these people he knew for 2 minutes.
He's expressing, or his feelings, he's only realizing what they are.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Where are we going with this?
And then he gets
Because
very...
you don't feel anything.
But he gets
mate.
bitter and angry over a 2-minute interaction with people he doesn't even know or care about.
Well, I think the writers are obviously high as shit when they wrote this. So
Obviously.
it's-
Something.
Yeah.
It is true, yeah.
there's a lot of
It's a kids'
hallucinogenics
TV,
going
it's
around.
a kids' movie now.
Oh, no, I'm aware of
Yeah.
that. They're simplifying it down. But
Yeah.
still, for the adult audience.
There
Yeah,
is, though.
sure.
As watching it as an adult is very different. Especially that opening. Fuck me, that's dark. Straight
Mhm.
away. Even the death, of say the child and stuff like that, in the kids' kind of movie at the start,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and seeing Pokemon die. That's something that in the games you never saw.
But it's not the death
Like-
of a child. It's the death of a fucking gaseous blob in a test tube.
It's a shiny ghastly.
Yeah. It's one of
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, but I felt this is going to sound fucking horrible, but this is the way this podcast is going.
Mhm.
I felt more emotional towards the Pokemon dying than the child. Let me explain. All right, don't just.
I hate humans.
Pass it off. It's like
Kill all
people
humans.
suck.
I've never caught that child in a Pokemon game. Why should I care
Fuck
about that?
But like seeing Bulbasaur just suddenly like close his eyes and disappear into nothing, it was like, okay. And then on the monitor, seeing his heartbeat stop was like, okay, that's fucked. Because in the games, you never see them die. Like there's only the Lavender Town that in the first game where you have the graveyard for Pokemon, and you're not like it doesn't show anything, and it never happens. Oh, your Pokemon fainted.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. He fainted. He's fine. A bit of medicine. He's all good in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, bit of a hangover, but you know, he'd be grand. So seeing a death in the first fucking 10 minutes of the first movie was like,
but it's not a real death. It's a fade out of existence.
Just because they're animated characters doesn't mean.
But it's not really, because when it shoots back to the shot of them in like the big giant test tubes, they're Pokemon
gone.
aren't there.
Yeah, they've disappeared.
So the actual Pokemon, like,
they're in the garbage,
in the liquid.
Yeah, they've already.
They're put in the
thrown them out,
garbage.
yeah.
They're in a
They
black
got
bag.
transferred to Professor Oak.
Made into candy. Ooh, Pokemon Go reference. You still playing?
No, I ran out of balls, so I'm finished.
No
Yeah.
balls.
I get no.
Common problem.
Oh no, it's so weird. I'm out of balls.
Okay.
What if
So what
John
else did you
Travolta?
find
And
weird
John
also,
Travolta was
also
me too.
the
How about
opening takes fucking 20 minutes to start.
12, but who's counting?
It was at least 15.
It's a long start.
It was about 12. Yeah.
It is a
Before-
long start.
As in before Ashes in it and stuff.
Yeah,
It's 12.
Yeah.
before the theme song or Pocket Monsters Mewtwo's Revenge or whatever the fuck it was called.
Well, it is a bit of a wreck.
Or Mewtwo Strikes Back?
Mewtwo Strikes Back,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a reason, because there's actually a prequel to it that is not included in the American, and then they got rid of it, and then they brought it back in a release, and then they had Pikachu's Vacation at the start.
God's
Okay,
sake.
every Pokemon movie starts off with a 15-minute short
Right.
of Pikachu's adventures on his own, without Ash and stuff.
Yeah.
At the start of this one, you know where they're in the field, like playing around? Togepi goes missing and rolls down the river and stuff like that. Pikachu and all the other Pokemon have to go save Togepi and bring it back. And then, as he brings it back, Pikachu's vacation ends and it goes straight into the movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's but for some reason it wasn't included in that version that I sent you. But it's not important to the movie really.
Yeah.
He has a different adventure every single time.
Fair.
In all of them, and some of them are really weird because I've only watched about 14 or
That
12
title
of them.
song is garbage.
The remix of it?
Yeah, it's
they ruined it,
absolute
didn't
trash.
they? Yeah, I have that down in my notes. They fucking ruined it. The voice is terrible. The lyrics are the same.
Oh
but
yeah,
the
they are, but
voice
it's
is
real
awful.
slow or melodic or something, and it just doesn't work.
It's cheesy. The whole soundtrack for the American release is fucking awful. It's just awful. And I'll get into one part song later on when we're talking about near the end. But
You don't want to buy that on vinyl, is that what you're saying?
oh fuck no! But
Unless it's a red vinyl.
funnily enough, it's not going to be my facts. But it's the only Pokemon movie to have a soundtrack released.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if that can be. I'm going to see if that's available on
got-
wax.
Yeah,
if
actually got-
the vinyl doesn't look like a Pokeball, I'd be very disappointed.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
perfect.
They'd be missing the trick, wouldn't they? Yeah, definitely.
I remember getting the CD of it years ago. I can't remember what you got it free with. It came free with something.
Rice Krispies.
What's such random? It's like I believe.
You always get free stuff with Rice Krispies.
You don't really get shit with cereal anymore.
No,
it's a
health
choking
and
hazard.
safety or something.
Was the soundtrack not free with a newspaper after the movie came out?
I'm not sure. I think that
I
sounds
vaguely
about right.
remember something like that.
Pokemon, the first movie CD. Rob still has it.
Irish Sun.
Rob still has it. I remember
Just
because he
covers
used
the
to play it
boobs
in
on
the
page
house.
3.
And I had a.
Does it look like a Pokeball?
No,
I'm
I
still
don't
trying to
think
find
so.
it.
Oh.
I don't think it's on vinyl.
I'd love if it was. It'd be fucking unreal by.
He's actually looking it up.
So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. The opening didn't grab me, and then fucking it just seemed after that to be a long episode of the TV show.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because it had the Team Rocket stuff that they always do. They
Three
sang their
Stooges.
they sang their to have it I can't even remember what it is.
Prepare for trouble.
Yeah, and make it double.
Saps.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't think. What I loved about Team Rocket always has been the fact that they have been like the Three Stooges constantly throughout the whole team.
Mhm.
Like
I do like their ridiculous disguises. Like they dressed up as fucking Viking boatsmen
the
in this one.
Vikings, yeah, and even the accents they throw
Uh-huh.
on and stuff. They're really I don't think you can get away with that anymore.
No.
Like as we talked about before, with the sensitive generation,
Mhm.
definitely That's racially insensitive. They're dressing up as people they're not. Go to hell.
Vikings don't count because they're not a people anymore.
You still looking for that vinyl there?
Just writing off a whole history of people. It's like, nah, those people are dead. What's the point? It's like, what are they
Pretty
now?
much.
Swedish? Who cares?
What are they now? Sweden? No, they're all Irish now.
They're all Irish now. Well, they did come over here, kill and rape the shit out of us. So it makes sense.
Not me
there's
personally.
some bootleg shit, but
Not you personally.
No.
No. There's bootleg ones, but you can't actually. Is
that the one with like that weird kids cartoony looking cover?
Yeah.
It's like the vinyl is like red and white colour dye. Yeah, I have that.
Oh, do you?
I like shite.
No, I don't actually have it. I have it in front of me.
Oh, right. Okay. So don't diss his record. Oh, you haven't got it. Okay. Yeah, diss away.
Do you think Mewtwo would do well as a weatherman?
Oh, controlling the thing. With
Pretty good.
It was basically doing a swirly glass motion.
I know.
The
All he needed was a brandy.
He should have had a brandy.
I've got an evil castle and a chair. Where is my brandy?
And I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah. He's not as evil in the Japanese.
Really?
Yeah, he's not portrayed as evil as it is. Actually, the complete story is different in the Japanese first release of it. The American version is very different. I'll explain some of the facts, the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
between
didn't.
them.
I don't know. I didn't think much of his lair. Like, why did he kidnap Jenny?
Needed a human to do his bidding.
To do what? He could have sent anything. Like, he said, do you want to get those Pokemon trainers? Yeah. And she sent a Pokemon out to get them. So, like, she went to get them themselves.
Good old Dragonite.
Basically, she acted as an intermediary between him and his slave messenger Pokemon.
So what she really needed was a postman.
Yeah, he should have got a postman, not a nurse. That was the correct answer.
Let's steal that nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Now get me a postman.
Postman, Pat?
And I had problems with the end of the film as well.
We're going to skip to the end already?
It seemed very hammy, just like,
It
now
was
I
super-
understand. Like,
Yeah, but not even that
very
far
quickly.
to the end. But the whole, we have to stop fighting and Pokemon fighting is wrong. Your entire universe is based on fighting Pokemon.
Fairly, though.
This is the... what makes it fairly? Because they're in a slave ball.
Slave ball! That's my favourite one. I've heard that so many times. Yeah, you're pretty much imprisoning them.
You're imprisoning them, and you let them out to fight for you, and then hopefully they don't die.
They faint.
Uh-huh.
And they need...
But what was so... they made a big deal out of the fact that, the fight these Pokemon are having is wrong compared to the fighting we make them do.
Yeah, well, it's all right throwing electric and fire moves at them, but, you start punching the shit out of each other, and
I was
that's
going to
where
say,
it gets bad.
this is not just
It's
physical
not Pokemon
combat.
UFC, all right? There's rules. There's regulations.
No biting, no eye
Right.
gouging, no small joint
no.
manipulation.
All right, here comes a fire blast to the fucking ball sack.
Mhm.
That's okay.
But it just...
That's fine.
I would have
Like,
been fine
I
with...
don't mind
I
that.
would have been fine with that ending if they made absolutely no more Pokemon after that. Ever.
They were planning not to.
No, ever.
That's
well,
the
then
fun
stick
thing.
with it.
That was supposed to be a finale, but they just...
you can't make that big
decided
you
not to.
can't have that massive epiphany and then have the cop out at the end with the "you'll remember nothing of this,"
It's true, actually, because
and then they go back to the
Mewtwo
fucking
years
boat
later.
and it's just like,
Nothing.
oh, whatever.
What'd you say? He comes back a couple years
He
later?
bumps into Mewtwo in Mewtwo's Return. It's a short TV special, and he doesn't know what he is or who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Mewtwo remembers who he is, though.
Of course he does, because he didn't wipe his own memory, that dickhead.
Yeah, what a fucking useless thing would
Yeah.
that be? It's like wipes his memory. Wait a minute, I want you all dead.
Also, they made a whole point, is like, it doesn't matter how you were born, but what you do with your life that matters. Then he fucks off with the rest of the clones.
Yeah,
It's like, it doesn't matter if
for the real world.
it doesn't matter how you were born, but I'm going to take every one of you that was born a particular way and drag you off somewhere else.
No,
And they
wanna-
all flew.
You have to assume they want to go with him. They know they're too powerful for the real world.
Daddy.
Yeah, he made them.
Yeah.
You know? There's okay.
Yeah,
there
he
is
jizzed
a few
into a
things.
cup, did some science stuff, and he made all this Pokemon.
What else was he going to do all day long?
Exactly.
Like, fuck.
He was lonely as shit.
Also, the black Pokeballs he has are ridiculous.
The eye
The
ones?
instant catch and take them out of... How does he catch a Pokeball?
That's the one I was just about to say. That is one of the most annoying things of that whole film, is
Like-
a Pokeball catching a Pokeball.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that is fucking ridiculous, and I hated that. That was actually one thing. The one thing I did find at that moment that was fun is when Meowth gets cloned, and it comes up on the screen, who's that Pokemon? It's Meowth!
Oh,
I was like,
the
such a
throwback
great
to
little
the
throwback.
episode, yeah.
Love that. Though there is one thing that... Alright, it's my most hated part of the film. When Ash enters the actual room for the first time, there's a guy with a Pidgeot there. And I know he's noticed.
He's the guy who flew
He goes,
over.
how did you get over here? And he goes, hurricane winds are nothing from me and Pidgeotto here.
Uh-huh.
All right? And you're like, it's a Pidgeot. It's not a Pidgeotto.
Yeah.
It's a
No
Pidgeot.
idea.
I was
right?
thinking that
but
as
then,
well.
But then he turns to Pidgeot and goes, go, Pidgeot. Use Brave Bird or whatever move he fucking says. It was like, make up your mind. Is it a Pidgeot or a Pidgeot? Because it's definitely a Pidgeot, you fucktard.
It evolved while it was off screen.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Like, fuck me. I was like, how did that go to print?
Well, actually, talking about, I don't know if this is one of your points.
We call them facts on this show, Ken.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
show.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Now he's going after Ken.
Spreading the abuse. Go on.
So, but one of your facts, the way you were saying he flew over on the board,
Yeah.
there was also a girl who left on a Pharaoh
Oh, yeah.
that
Okay.
flew over that was never seen in the movie again.
She did?
She never made it to the island. And then when all
Dark.
the trainers returned to the island at the end of the movie, she was still nowhere to be seen. She was never mentioned. So it was probably the first actual death in Pokemon.
Nice. That's
Huh?
well. It's only a
Apart
pharaoh.
from the mind of a child. And
Well, it's only a pharaoh, so who cares? That's it.
yeah.
It's a wildly mediocre
That's a fake
Pokemon. At best.
Pokemon. It doesn't matter.
Fake
Like-
news.
It's like this Pokemon is the most powerful Pokemon in the world. You know what? I'm going to go up and try to punch the shit out of him. Congratulations, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously. He's got ridiculous psychic power, and you've seen him destroy
Ash
everything.
isn't the smartest tool in
He's
the
not
drawer.
bright.
No, he's not very bright.
He's
at
also
all.
not a very good Pokemon trainer.
No, he's not, no.
He's lucky he has some talented Pokemon.
I got to give it to the later seasons. He becomes fucking unreal. His strategies for winning are fantastic. It's fantastically written.
Mick
later
looks
on.
very
I love it.
skeptical right there.
Yeah.
He does. He becomes smarter in his
You're
ways.
going to have to sit down and watch all 1,000 episodes.
Okay.
I'm
That's-
I'm
that's
180,
the 4,
185 into it. I
Yeah.
started rewatching them again.
I
185.
will not
in.
be doing that.
It's only 20 minutes. It's grand.
I can watch 185 episodes in 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video which combines them all. Just
Just
summarizes.
watch it at
Into
100,000
one.
times speed.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on. This is about your first time watching, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. You've seen it, yeah.
Of course I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, tell me you didn't get a little emotional when
No.
you're a sad.
Oh, what?
Not
That,
really.
like-
no.
It was a super cop-out ending again.
The
whole
I agree, it
cheesy,
kinda
I'm
was,
going to
yeah.
run in and block these two massive fireballs.
Sacrifices his life so they can stop fighting.
But it's super dumb, and I don't think there's any emotion there because you know they're not killing him off.
What about Pikachu crying?
It's
No.
You're fucking
No.
dead inside. Like, there's nothing inside you but a husk.
And then his magical tears brought him back to life.
The visual of him lying down in the middle and Pikachu just constantly doing the electricity, I will say was good.
That was
Like, it's
emotional.
a good scene and a good visual
As a
moment. But I had no emotion towards it because I knew he wasn't actually dead, that there was going to be some kind of bullshit to bring him back.
Yeah.
If you're going
Well,
to...
you know, because there's like, that was years ago, but at the time,
At the
you
time,
haven't seen
think
that.
of it. You
No.
didn't know what was
Because
going
there was
on.
nothing else released.
They hadn't
afterwards.
confirmed the next season.
Maybe
Like-
it is in hindsight because I do know there's
Yeah.
more seasons.
Yeah.
But I was instant as soon as, because I had never seen this before, I didn't even know the story of it. So as soon as I saw him run in the middle and not be like completely obliterated by the two blasts somehow, but turning into stone.
That is actually, it's not in my facts, but there is a reason for that. They didn't want to show a body limpless in colour. Is different in anime.
What they wanted
in
to show
Japan.
direct.
There you go. Like, they didn't, for some reason in anime,
You can't show dead people.
they do and they don't. And Pokemon went a completely different way about it. There's a show that he is dead, but not, that.
But it turned him to stone.
It was to do
so
for-
for all I thought, he
It
was
wasn't
just
a stone. He just lost
it-
the colour. They had to do something.
For all I thought, he was just turned to stone.
So did I.
No, he's not turned to stone, no.
Well, it's not like they could just like show his body shattering or blowing up into like 1,000 pieces, like
They
a
coulda
Michael
just had-
Bay movie.
They could have just had nothing be left.
Him in colour with
Just
what
be
blood,
gone.
blood coming out of his nose.
No,
just
like completely
fuck's sake.
evaporated. Or actually just have him lying there normally coloured.
Motionless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have made sense.
I think you
But
need,
no.
you need to go back in time and watch this as a child.
Yeah.
Tell you what, when I don't know if anybody knows this, but Mick has a kid. So
Okay, you want me to show Ryan?
you're gonna have to show it Ryan when he's able to comprehend it,
Mhm.
all right? And then you'll see him cry,
So I'm
and
sure
you will
he
get
will.
emotional, and you'll see why it's impactful as a kid.
Funnily
no.
enough, as you said about going back in time, there's a Doctor Who link into Pokemon Go movie. Oh,
What?
Pokemon Go movie? Oh, I'm listening to you too much. Pokemon the first movie. Billie Piper sang a song on the track.
Did she?
And she was in Doctor Who.
How god awful is that song, Brother,
Uh-huh.
My Brother, while they're fighting?
Shh, don't mention it.
It's bad.
But anyway, I'm going to sit back
Tell
and
me what
remember
we're fighting for.
how many tears I shed at that scene.
But it was. I thought one of two things was going to happen when he died.
Okay.
It was either going to be they're going to use the clone machine to bring him back, and like the rest of the season is just clone Ash.
It's fantastic.
But then I was like, oh no, that
Or
thing
Clash
blew
to his
that,
mates.
yeah, Clash. But that thing blew up downstairs, so it's probably not that. And then I was like, oh, but what about the fucking tears thing they said in the first 10 minutes of the film?
foreshadowing.
So it's just like, okay, that hasn't been touched on, and then the fucking crying. And why do
Birds suddenly appear.
why do birds?
Whenever. You weren't here.
All the Pokemon start crying, and it forms some kind of fucking sequential dance that goes towards him in the middle.
Mm-hmm. It's the magic of Pokemon.
See, I watched.
Magic of Pokemon.
I started
People
watching it. What did they say in the first 10 minutes?
Just what?
I was like, oh, gotcha.
What did they say in the first 10 minutes about tears again? Remind me.
Like
The tears
they
of
were
Pokemon.
saying that the storm in the ocean signals the coming of the thing that's going to wipe out everything on Earth, and then the tears of the Pokemon will bring life back.
Oh, right, okay.
And I was like, wow, you just said it.
And even the little
Straight
girl
out of the
mentions
start.
is that the tears are magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're something got
So
to
it's
do with the
a lot of
stars.
points to it, and it's just like, I didn't have any emotional impact with that ending because I knew there was going to be some hokey reason for him not to be dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's just my cynical 32-year-old mind, I guess.
I was just thinking,
I agree with you, though, so...
didn't
yeah.
we say the games came out in 99?
Well,
Over
96 in Japan, but yeah.
Okay.
96 in Japan, 98 here.
So we got the game and the movie in the
Same
in
year.
the same year. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird because the TV series was already on 89 episodes
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
by the time
Christ.
this came out. First season is like 98, I think.
Episodes or year?
Episodes, and I think this takes place in between like 65 and 70 or whatever it is.
All right. Joe, do you actually want to rock into your facts?
I will indeed.
That's a fact.
Facts, Max.
Just the facts, ma'am.
That's a lot louder this week.
It was.
Yeah, good.
Actually
Because it's
noticed
always
that.
really low.
Oh, is it?
Good,
Yeah, it
because
is.
usually it's shit.
All right.
Yes.
Factus.
Fact number one: the original Japanese story showed Mewtwo in a more favourable light, as feeling that it has no place in the world and so wants to earn its place. The English dub opted to just make Mewtwo an emotionless tyrant who wants to destroy the world. The decision that both fans and critics criticised. In hindsight, the producers felt they made the wrong decision, which
Fair.
is kind of
I agree.
shit to look back on, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Two, when Brock states that he didn't know Vikings still existed, Ash says they usually live in Minnesota. This is obviously a reference to the Minnesota
I
Vikings
missed that
football
line.
team.
That's good.
But in some dubs, the joke isn't used.
Oh, maybe it wasn't in our dub then.
It wasn't our
Oh,
one.
it was, yeah.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay.
Third one, the producers and director jokingly say that they hoped the male purse would be brought back into fashion, as Dragonite is seen wearing one. The whole reason he's in that film, actually, I was looking at that one, is the whole reason he was wearing it is they wanted to make Pokemon side bags and stuff and try and sell them. They're all about their merch very early on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
they are.
So, but yeah, it worked
Star
in the
Wars
80s with all the
model.
toys. Look at Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars toys have made more money than
Didn't we say that the
Wars.
Star Wars holiday special, that like a big part of the reason for its existence was to sell toys?
Yeah, the whole thing was to do toys.
Yeah.
But who the fuck wants Chewbacca's fucking family?
Piggy
Don't-
and Scorch.
Itchy Bum and Lumpy Arse. They were the names.
Itchy and Lumpy. I can't believe you did the names.
Yeah.
Aiden loves them. He
four.
loves plushies.
It briefly held the record for highest grossing opening for an animated film. The record was shattered 2 weeks later by Toy Story 2.
Ah,
5. So the American version didn't include the section called Origin of Mewtwo for its theatrical run due to its dark nature. However, it was included
Oh,
in
so
the
the film
VHS.
started at the field scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
It starts with Pikachu's vacation.
Wow, you
into the
lose a
field.
lot of context if you don't have that opening 15 minutes.
Yeah. They included it in the VHS and DVD releases. The VHS and DVD also had a trailer for Pokemon 2000, which is a
2000.
much superior film.
Is that in the fact, or is that your opinion?
That's my opinion.
Oh, okay.
That it is an absolute way better film. So, number 6, when Mewtwo is shown defeating Arcanine and Nidoking, we see a shot from behind and we see the back of the trainer. In the commentary, it is told that this trainer is Gary, Ash's rival from the series. Then they go on to joke about his cameo, saying that Gary's agent wouldn't let them show his face and that Gary is actually a stand-in in that shot. So, you can actually see it. His hair has a particular shape.
Oh.
And funnily enough, the next episode after or was it before the movie? before the movie, an episode there where Gary actually challenged Giovanni with Mewtwo, and that was the first time you ever saw anything to do with it.
Oh.
He gets fucking trashed, but it shows it at a different angle because the movie animation is actually completely different to the TV series animation.
Yeah.
You can see
There seemed to
like
be some computer generated stuff
a lot
in this one.
Some crap computer generated stuff. Something like that.
Yeah,
Some
this
90s computer generated
it has
stuff.
more
Yeah,
editing.
really.
It has more editing done to
Yeah.
it over the years than fucking George Lucas's Star Wars.
Hey.
Not even
That's
kidding.
impossible.
7. When the film was first conceived in 1997, it was planned to be the series finale of the Pokemon TV show. However, the phenomenal reception to the show resulted in minor changes of the movie so that it would hint that the series was not over yet. In addition, it was released in theaters in between major episodes of the show, rather than the television finale was the original plan. The infamous Porygon incident is also contributed towards this. Yeah, that was bad. So 8. The fighting is wrong moral exists only in the American version. I actually read more up on that little thing about it. They thought the Japanese can handle the fighting kind of stuff. It seems that the fighting is wrong moral was only put in for the American and European release.
Okay.
So number 9, Mewtwo's battle with Gary's Pokemon and his escape from Giovanni were seen from different angles in the TV series. So
Sorry,
it was
can you just go back to
completely
that? The infamous Porygon incident contributed
Yes.
contributed to what though?
Contributed to why
That.
So here you can see it was released in theaters in between major episodes,
Okay.
rather than the television finale, as was the original plan. The Porygon episode was in between, so they jumped ahead.
All right. Okay.
So there's bits missing in between.
Fair enough.
So that was number 9. So our last one, lovely number 10. I picked. Oh yeah, it was the highest grossing anime film of all time in the United States.
Still?
At the
or
time.
Oh, wow.
Still, really.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
That's.
Although you don't get a whole lot of anime releases.
Yeah,
In the
nothing's
States,
nothing's
like-
really had the impact.
Oh, they said
Like-
animated films. Like that can't be right.
No, it's
No,
definitely
animated
not
sense.
animated.
What was it, like 186 million or something?
Line.
Is it? I actually don't know. Aren't you the factoid?
I think I
Yeah.
This is literally your fact segment, Joe.
Yeah, you
100
suck.
That's true.
Sorry.
But yeah, there's my top 10.
It made $163,644,662
And 47 cents.
worldwide.
That's
47 cents.
Doesn't give me
a lot of
sense.
sixes.
To add to that, actually, to go back on Mick's point
Oh,
about Ash dying,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
officially he didn't.
Oh,
So it came out that
He was stoned.
excuse me, the film director stated that Ash was simply petrified, and the Pokemon's tears revived him because that no Pokemon actually die; they only get stunned and get brought
Right.
back to the Poké Center to get healed up. Simply what happened to Ash.
Oh.
He fainted, as they would put it in the games.
I always thought he died.
Still dumb. List?
Still dumb. You got a list?
We going for the
You
list?
going for the list?
Go for it.
Okay.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list.
Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
There, I left the end in for you, Aiden.
Thank you. It's about fucking time, goddammit.
Oh shit, I
yeah.
need this to actually look at it. And, yeah.
Mick, you
I'm a
are a
fucking
fucking
mess
disaster here
tonight.
today.
You're
Fuck's
a
sake.
hot mess.
Well,
It's in
thanks,
bits.
Aiden.
Yeah.
So
Get
what
your
are
shit
what are we
together.
thinking?
Thinking we should do the list.
Fuck's sake.
Can I kill Joe? Yeah,
No,
well,
you
no,
can't.
no. That's
that's
illegal.
harsh.
It's illegal. I'm not super.
I
hot
am
on this
not
film.
super high on this film either.
No.
Yeah, but it's not going to go down like ridiculously low.
I have a spot for it.
What is
on.
I am going to say. So we currently have 48
Oh
films
my
on the
God.
list.
Where is this going?
You want
I'm
to put it
saying
50 seconds?
I want to preemptively put it underneath. A whole bunch of films are going to do in the future.
Yeah.
No, 40. So I'm saying above Franklin, because I did not like Franklin. It was okay, but I did not like Franklin. So that would mean it's below Enter the Dragon, Grease, Space Jam, and Hellraiser.
Oh,
I would have put it a bit higher than that.
I would have put it maybe above Home Alone.
Oh, I would have put it just below Home Alone, actually.
No.
American Graffiti is a better film. Hellraiser's a better film.
Lies.
I love that. So lies.
You could make the Space
Fake
Jam.
news. Fake news.
Remembering what we said about it, you could make the Space Jam argument, I guess.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Yeah, I need it above Space Jam because Space Jam was awful.
I still
It's not awful, but it's just just leaves a lot to be desired.
Enter the
really.
Dragon being so low really annoys me.
You
but-
really annoy me.
Because it was
Yeah.
a really bad film. That has not aged well.
That is
No.
true. It hasn't.
It's not
really
aged
hasn't.
well.
Grease is a better film than Pokemon.
What do you
I'd
think?
watch Pokemon movie more than I watch Grease.
What do you think?
And I
Ken?
love Grease. I love Grease. It's a great
What do
film.
I think?
Yeah.
What's,
we've never-
Give me your top 3 on the list, actually.
Top
Here's-
3. You're not
there's the
putting
list
it
right
on-
there.
Give me,
You're not putting it at the top of the
Yeah.
list.
Okay, so...
There's no way. we're putting it.
Schindler's List, Jaws.
No, I'm asking for your list, not Schindler's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck you, Vic.
It was hot.
Sorry, did I
Why did we give him a microphone again? Why did we give him a microphone?
I'm pretty sure it was your idea. Didn't you give him a microphone?
No, and
That
I'm
was my idea.
Instantly regretting that decision.
Yeah, I'd be happy like around the Home Alone mark.
Yeah.
I
That's
really
too
would.
high for me. It needs to be below American Graffiti, and I absolutely think it needs to be below Hellraiser.
I could possibly go American Graffiti, but it's definitely better than Hellraiser. That film.
So
was
not
awful.
better than
actually put
Hellraiser.
if I had any say in this whatsoever,
Yeah.
between Hellraiser and Space Jam.
That's pretty much where I just said.
Yeah.
I'm happy enough with it there.
As long as it's
Quite
above
frankly.
Space Jam, I'm not putting it. That's a childhood film, and
Yeah.
it's awful.
Okay.
So
It's not
above
awful,
Space
but it
Jam.
just it leaves a lot to be desired.
No,
That's
it's
all.
awful.
It's just,
I will,
It's awful.
okay,
You're
I'll
wrong.
take.
Sorry.
I'll take.
You're just
This
wrong.
is a show of compromises, and I'll
No,
take.
it's not. It's complete and utter bullshit.
I'll take that compromise.
would you
because-
calm down? Fucking hell.
No. I'm
Again,
emotional.
I think
Nick's
Em-
abusing me like crazy.
I think
tonight,
Enter the
okay?
Dragon is
Fair
better,
enough.
and I think Grease is better, but I can see you guys are more passionate on it than I am. So happy to put it above Space Jam.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll settle with that. Yeah.
I'll settle.
Settle.
Final thoughts on Pokemon the first movie?
I want to watch that 2001 that you're on about, just see how much
2000
better it is.
so good.
Yeah, because I was expecting a lot more from this one, quite frankly. So
The 2000 is way better. I love 2000.
Okay.
I
Look at that crap.
think that I had too high expectations going into this.
Did you?
me
And
too. Yeah.
the high expectations
You
I had
too.
then so
It's an animated kids Pokemon movie. It's not going to
that's
be
what I
overly
mean.
great. Like
Yeah. So I was like, I think I went in with the high expectations because I was like, oh, it's emotional and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, no, it's a long episode of the cartoon. That's just bad.
okay.
But what do I know?
I'm just a doctor.
Yeah.
It holds a special place in my childhood.
And that's fair if
love
you
it.
if you watched it when you were younger, maybe.
It holds a special
And I-
place in my pants.
Again, I
Yeah.
also don't have the same affinity for Pokemon that you would. Like, I don't have a Pokemon tattoo, so
Or
Yeah.
planning to get to
Not
more.
yet,
Who
yeah.
knows?
Are you going planning it tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll get to
Which
more.
ones?
There'll be a Metagross and Pokemon Gold cartridge.
nice.
Sounds rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Imagine just getting Trubbish on you.
God, that'd be
It'll be a shiny Metagross as well.
that'd be a drunken mistake, wouldn't it?
We've
My
made
first
plenty
ever
of those.
shiny.
Are you going to get
I
any
ever
more
got.
tattoos, Pokemon wise, Ken?
I want to,
Right.
and yes.
I want to, therefore I will.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a good way to live your life.
Yeah.
Join us in part 2 where we discuss all things Pokemon.
Are you Ron Burgundy?
I'm Rob Burgundy. Okay, yeah, we will see you in part 2. And welcome back to part 2 of the podcast where we're discussing all things Pokemon. We're going to touch on cultural and pop culture impact, most likely. Joe?
I like the most likely
Yeah,
part.
most
It was just
likely.
most likely we're going to talk about Pokemon. Not sure.
No, I mean most
Um,
likely. Shut up, Joe.
I'm
Question-
trying to help out here.
Question
That's fair.
1. Do you really need to catch them all?
No. You need to catch 6 good ones.
That's incorrect. You do need to catch them all.
You correct. Wrong correction. You do. Yeah, this was an interesting one because
Yeah.
we couldn't decide on the actual question for what?
Mm-hmm.
And just for,
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
for those that didn't notice,
That's why we didn't have a podcast last 2 weeks. Just couldn't come up with a decent second half of the show.
Yeah, there's a lot of focus groups about it. Ken was just showing us his tattoo, which says quite literally, "Gotta catch them all."
Yeah.
Which is
Does it actually say that?
Yeah.
I think you should show that to the camera.
Oh, okay.
To the camera, Ken.
Which? Yeah. Where is it? There he
It's
is.
it's-
Camera 3? Over this way?
Yeah,
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1.
yeah.
2.
It's a Game Boy.
I love it. You had
Yeah.
that green Game Boy as a kid as well, didn't you? Yeah, same as myself.
Is
I
that,
had
in
the
the,
green.
is that in the shot for the GoPro as well?
It'll do.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because yeah, like do you remember like when we were talking for the first one that we properly filmed and actually put up and stuff, Joe showed his Joe showed the minifigs, but he just showed them to the live feed. So on the YouTube feed you can't see them at all.
Can you not?
No, that's what
that makes sense.
Got to learn to be more professional, Joe. Show it to all the cameras.
I know, I fuck it up, mate.
Yeah.
I've been threatened to be fired from this podcast for way too long.
Yeah.
I know.
So what was your first experience or first exposure to Pokemon, Mick?
The original Game Boy game.
Okay.
I specifically got a Game Boy to play Pokemon Red.
Nice.
I think I got the red version. It was red and blue over here, and
Red.
yeah, I got red because red is cool.
Red and green in Japan.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating a Kimberly biscuit.
Which I'm sure is very pleasant in people's ears that are listening to this.
Please stop making the food noise.
I
Yeah.
had the red as well. Red was my first one. I remember getting it. Can't even remember why at this stage.
Stop talking through your food.
I know, yeah, I'm not
For Christ's
talking.
sake. Let's vamp while Joe
I usually
swallows
never
his
say
food.
this, but don't swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with red, it was like this weird thing. I don't remember ever asking for it. I just kind of got it. And I became addicted to that game to the point where, like, I remember...
I bought a fucking link cable.
Oh, the
for
link
the
cables, yeah. Like, figuring out things with guys around the neighborhood, kind of... It's like, oh, did you get this Pokemon? Did you get that Pokemon?
Yeah.
Doing, like, then discovering, let's do battles. And then you realize you're shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're absolutely terrible. And you're like, okay, I got to get better Pokemon than a Caterpie to do something fucking useful with it.
Yeah.
It's weird, because that came out over here in, like, 99. I think 98, 99.
No, I don't think it was that late. Because I
98
was still
for-
in primary school, I thought. But
98 over here, 96 in Japan, I believe. And yeah, and I don't know why they changed the colours. It was really weird, but that went on. I remember going to like Pokemon competitions.
I never did that.
You ever do them?
No.
I did a National Basketball Arena. You had to face 5 people in a row and win, and if you did that, you go face the Nintendo Pokemon Master. Which
Not
is
the
fucking
Nintendo
hilarious.
Pokemon Master.
I know, his name was Dave. He was very bald.
Dave, the Nintendo Pokemon Master.
Yeah, shine off his head. I
Everything
remember
all
it
right,
clearly.
Ken?
Just to let you know, Red and Blue were actually released in Europe on the 5th of October 99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
99.
I thought so, yeah.
Did not think it was that late.
And 96 for Japan, wasn't it? As far as I remember.
96 for Japan, 98
Yeah.
for North America, 99 for the United Kingdom and EU, because those two things are separate.
So they were all pretty much blowing up
They are now.
in Japan and America by
Well,
the time we
few
actually
months.
got it. Like, so, like, I don't think I remember, because we didn't have the internet really at that time.
No,
Where it was like,
it wasn't as...
Well,
yeah.
we did, but it was shit.
It was pretty much shit.
Don't you rag on my IRC and Usenet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember Net something. What was the name of a weird one we had? But I'll wait until after 6 o'clock so you can
Yeah, so
plug
the
out
time
the
to go
phone.
down.
Yeah.
Random aside, the reason we got broadband at home was because I ran up like a €96 phone bill playing poker.
Holy shit!
I
Did
think
you
you
win?
told me this.
Did you win at least that much?
No, I was
in,
playing
like,
the free poker, so it wasn't any money. But yeah, I spent so long online
I thought you were
that
smart,
it was
Mick.
like a €96 phone bill. And I was like, there's €96 phone bill. It's like, well, it's because we don't have broadband. And she's like, well, do you use the broadband all the time? I'm like, yeah. So we got broadband.
Get me broadband.
Considering we didn't get a house phone till I was like 10.
Give me broadband, you fucking ticks.
Uh-huh.
It was a dark time in the Ormond household.
Yeah. Clearly.
What about you, Ed?
My mum still has that
Oh,
same
sorry.
broadband.
Really?
No way.
Yeah. Has never changed. Never upgraded.
No, didn't
Just-
go for fiber?
No fiber.
So what is it, like 40 kilobytes a second or something?
It's still dial. Beep, beep.
No way.
It's not.
Like, I didn't think dial-up still existed.
It doesn't.
God,
well,
do
it
you remember
probably
that
does.
noise? And then
I love
figuring
that
out
noise.
you could actually
I want
change
that
the
noise.
noise with an audio clip if you had it.
Mhm.
I just remember changing it to like the Metal Gear Solid theme. I thought I was the coolest person ever. I was like, yay, it doesn't make that...
The bigger question is, why would you change the noise? That noise is cool.
I don't know.
Anyway, you were going to ask Aiden.
Yeah, yours.
My first exposure to it was the cartoon series,
Okay.
which was around 98 or 99.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking, like, do you ever have that, do you guys remember, like, a sort of strange period between, like, when you're, like, 10 or 11 up till, a couple of years later when it was there's a period where it's not really cool to like stuff that's designed for kids. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like I didn't see Toy Story 2 for a very long time for that reason.
Because you were too cool to watch Toy
Too
Story.
cool to watch Toy Story?
I was like, that stuff is for kids, you know.
What's wrong with you?
But yeah, like I still watch Pokemon in spite of the fact that I was like maybe a little bit over the age for it or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I thought the games were based on the cartoon. I didn't realize it was the other way around. I didn't realize it started out as game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I only learned that actually after Pokemon Go was released, and I started reading about it and stuff, and then I realized, oh fuck, the game came first and then the cartoons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the games wise, I haven't played any Pokemon game other than Pokemon Go.
You should rectify that.
I really should.
I will say the
weird.
one thing I'll touch on with the games, they fucking get, like, no other company in the world would get away with having 2 different versions of the same game come out at the same time, and then every single new version of the game basically the same game.
They do have some balls.
Basically, basically the same game.
Pokeballs. Thank you.
Very nice.
That's really bad.
It was quite bad. What? Like you're saying they're the same? Like what?
Okay,
the game structure is the exact same in every single Pokemon game. Story's the same.
Yeah.
The Pokemon are there's a lot of the same Pokemon. They obviously change up. Like some of them look slightly better.
Yeah.
Some of them, like, they're in different worlds or areas or whatever you want to call them. The Pokemon, yeah, regions. But it's pretty much the same game. You start off, you talk to a professor, he offers you one of 3 Pokemon, you pick one of them, and then you try and battle 8 gyms.
Yeah, 8 gyms, and then you go towards the Pokemon League. You've got to become the Pokemon League champion, and then overall, then you can collect Pokemon. There's loads. Now they've added loads of things like little side quests and stuff in it constantly, and there's a lot more interactive of how you do things. Like you look at Red. If you take it as a Red and Blue, like Red, like there wasn't much difference between those games except for
there was exclusive Pokemon to each one.
Full
wasn't
picks might be found in Red, but not in Blue. And Blue might have one Red, but doesn't have. So
in
you gotta
Pokemon
trade.
Go parlance, it's like Australia having a
regions.
Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Which I found out when Adele won a trip to Australia, so I found out.
You're getting me login, you know that, yeah?
Obviously, yeah, of course, no problem.
You're getting everybody's login.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Not all 45 people in that fucking group, but the thing is going off again.
Yeah, it's funny because like when I look at the games, although I fucking love them because they're addictive, but at the same time, even though it's the same formula over and over again with new features and stuff and new Pokemon, it still remains one of the most fun games to play.
I get
and it's crazy
bored with them very quickly because I hate the amount of grinding you have to do to get Pokemons up to the required level to fight.
You have to join Grinder?
You have to join Grinder. You have to go on a whole bunch of dates.
Yeah,
just to get particular Pokemon. That's very strange.
You can link your Grinder account at the main menu. You get points on Grinder and stuff.
I'm definitely going to start playing it now. That sounds so hot.
But yeah, no, just I always find them sometimes a chore to play, if that makes sense.
That's why I think hardcore fans don't like the new ones.
I also don't play, but it helps that I don't play every single version.
Yeah.
There's a new one every 2 or 3. Would you say 2 or 3 years? Because there was Red and Blue.
2 or 3 weeks.
98.
Every 2 and 2 and 3
They're
weeks.
an average every 3 years. The last ones were a bit before Sun and Moon.
There was X and Y.
There was a good long while between the two, and then they brought out Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as their swan song, their goodbye to the handheld,
which is a remake of the fucking
it's
Sun and Moon, or basically a remake.
It's Sun
isn't
and
it?
Moon, but they decided to throw in all the bad groups from all the other ones, like Team Rocket, Team Plasma, Team Magma, from all the other different games. Throw in a story to do with Giovanni and Mewtwo and stuff like that, and basically nearly every legendary's in it. It was there, right? This is our last ever one on the 3DS system. It was like right
till Ultra's Hyper Sun and Ultra Hyper Moon.
They're done. Their
believe
next one is on the Pokemon Switch. They're going over the console, and it's been described as Breath of the Wild meets Pokemon.
See, I'll play that because
that just sounds
it's a
incredible
massive departure.
Yeah, so
I can't do
it's time. It's time to fully go full integrated 3D on a game system that can hold a ridiculous amount of high definition.
So now, what do you think is going to be the difference between Pokemon, games up till now and this new one that's going to be taking.
I reckon the
from
story
Zelda
will
and
be the
stuff.
same, but they'll have to change how the game plays if it's a console game.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be one of those things where you'll say there was a time before this and a time after.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like, you look at, right, the 20 years of Pokemon were this style, and now going forward, like, they celebrate, what was it, 20 years in, it was 2015, the end of 2015? They did their 20-year anniversary.
Well, if it came out in
Wasn't it? Or
1996, it
2016.
would be 2016, yeah.
Quick maths.
Yeah.
I just thought they did something in 95, like a trading card or something.
1996 plus 20 equals 2018. Quick maths.
No?
No, that's bad maths. It's 22 years since it started, so you're wrong there.
I meant to say shut up, Aiden.
Hey, shut up.
It's also one of the only game series...
I'm very tired. I don't know if you know this, but I have a kid.
...that gains
really
money.
If you're playing at home, take a drink every time Mick says that he's tired, and that's why he's bitter and can't count. Or every time he mentions that he has a fucking kid.
You have a kid?
I have a kid.
Are you eating again? Will you just wait 5 minutes? Do you know? Did I ever tell you guys that's
we're having a very unprofessional podcast
This
today.
is a random aside, but I remember when I first tried to do a podcast with a couple of friends of mine, like Holly, Dylan, and Kerry. We're like, one week we ordered. It was literally just, there was no structure to it at all. It was just like us, like talking shit basically. But one week we decided to get takeout and we started talking. But I listened back, just like, this is unlistenable because for about 20 minutes until we finished the video, just hear,
oh, okay. Is that what it is? I'm sorry. All right,
totally,
no more.
yeah.
I won't eat anymore.
So, like,
I won't eat anymore.
Like, it doesn't bother me that much, really, but like, it is a genuine condition where people like feel sick and stuff.
You do you, Joe. You do you.
Hate that.
But just wait for the break and then go right ahead. Anyway, did any of you guys ever bother with the trading cards and stuff? Because I
did.
I know I got them quite a lot.
I have loads still at home.
Yeah.
Loads of little special ones that I know are worth something.
Yeah. Would they be worth something?
Yeah, there's a few from the original ones that are worth a fortune. And some of the new ones that have come out that are just, we only made like 2 of these. I remember going, I never once really actually fought. The trading card game is a battle game. Yeah. I never actually did that. I just collected them.
Yeah.
Like, it was, I had a collection of Pokemon cards. I never actually battled with them.
It's still huge, though. Like, they still do the trading cards.
Oh, do they?
I went to
they look incredible.
A few years ago, I went to a Game of Thrones card game tournament.
Game of Thrones.
And I had a kid sit down beside me, and he was asking what we were playing, so I was showing him all the cards from the game. And he was like, do you want to have a look at my Pokemon? I'm like, your Pokemon? And he just had a shitload of Pokemon cards around. I'm like, holy crap, you... And I felt a little anxious because it's like, hey, I'm in a public setting and a fucking 12-year-old kid has just come up and started talking to me about Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Pokemon.
Right. Well, there's some of the original cards. I'm showing Aiden say an Alakazam card where they looked like this. Like the kind of basic.
Yeah.
I think I know we can't show on the thing, but you look at some of the ones now and it's just... They're just so cool looking.
I would say that's
over-designed. Over-designed now. There's something very fancy about it. Like that. And you're just like, you know what, I get it, but
that's fine, except I can't read the fucking text on it.
Yeah, there's a shitload of text.
So what are your Pokemon stats? I have no idea. I can't read this shit.
But doesn't make shiny card look cool?
Anyone got
you blind your opponent and you punch him in the face.
I need to have black lights in order to read this shit. It's just, it can't be done.
Like, all right, there's a classic Pikachu, one of the new Pikachu ones. Look at that thing.
But you can't read it. That's dumb.
And he looks evil as well.
He
so
does look
that's
evil.
Unsettling.
Like, they're just so weird. Like, oh, there's a legendary one. Oh, like, why? Oh, anyway. Yeah, so the Pokemon cards were something that I kind of collected. I didn't actually. I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I had the same problem with Pogs. I remember collecting Pogs.
I played a lot of
but
Pogs.
Never really playing it because I never wanted to lose them.
We just don't play for keepsies.
No, everybody played for keepsies.
Well, you had some bad friends.
You're cutting out there a little bit, by the way, yourself and Joe. I don't know what's going on.
Me?
You're probably
I thought I heard
level.
Mick.
I'll do that.
I thought I heard Mick go out a little bit there.
No, his penis is out. There's a difference.
The trousers, they do nothing.
So why do you think something with nearly the same formula for the last, 23 years or whatever it is, has...
Because people enjoy sucking Nintendo's metaphorical penis.
Well, I mean, why?
That is the actual answer to that question.
Well, why do
any other company that did what Nintendo does would be criticized and shot down by everybody. Nintendo do it and get away with it.
Yeah, true.
That's the actual answer to that
Also,
question.
all the Pokemon games, second hand, if you trade it in, they're worth more second hand.
Well, that's all. The Nintendo games are mad for keeping their value even in the second hand market.
Like, you get a second hand, some of the games that came out in 2007 or 8. Is that like the Omega and Ruby or Ruby and Sapphire? They're like 65 quid everywhere.
Which?
Like, you're brand new, they were €44, 45. Now they're like €65 in all the second-hand shops. Pokemon. And it's the same with the Mario games, do the same. If you try to get a Mario game, it's like, oh yeah, that's 55. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, they hold their value.
What? They really hold their value well. And it's something that carries over to Pokemon to this day. Like, I know we've mentioned Pokemon Go, so if he's got the Go Plus on his arm,
yeah, I was going to say, you should stop playing
like,
fucking Pokemon while we're podcasting.
This is the latest Pokemon craze.
We should probably talk about Pokemon Go, because I know, like,
it is a big one. It is a big one at the moment, and it is their latest kind of.
Yeah, but I know that when we were kids and we were like, particularly that cartoon, that was pretty, like, when the cartoon came out, and, like, especially those like trading cards and stuff, it was pretty hot for a while, but, like, amongst our generation and stuff in school, and there was lots of people trading cards and all that stuff. But, like, I've never seen anything like Pokemon Go when that first came out. But even just the idea of it was very cool. The idea of going out into the real world and catching Pokemon and shit captured a lot of people's.
Isn't it basically a reskin of
Gold and Silver's thing?
No,
that's a reskin of
There's some other
Ingress.
game.
You're thinking of Ingress.
Yeah.
Well, Niantic came up with that idea,
yeah.
but the walking to get rewards for Pokemon and stuff came from it was original Gold and Silver in like 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got this little like Tamagotchi style pedometer, and what you do is you go out and walk in the real world, come back and infrared it to your Game Boy, and it would give you prizes like Pokeballs, and you'd hatch an egg and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't really work very well. No one wanted to fucking do it.
Did people just shake the Pokestepper?
It didn't work well with it, and they were very dysfunctional. I still have one at home in a box somewhere. They just didn't work. So Nintendo kind of dropped the idea.
How did it? How
did
it not work exactly? Like, what was the?
No one wanted to leave the house.
Everybody was
honesty,
lazy.
It just didn't work with it.
I remember somebody else saying that. Oh yeah, that was you, Mick. You were like, oh, I just had noise.
Yeah, I want to play Pokemon Go sitting on the toilet.
Well, then you just be one of those fucking dickhead spoofers and do it that way either if you want. Like,
because I'm not a dickhead spoofer.
Yeah, good.
It was the infrared as well. Like trying to get it to the.
Yeah, that was.
Did you ever try
to
to do a battle during infrared? Like, holy shit!
Infrared in general was fucking shy on phones and stuff. So.
It's good on television remotes and not much else.
Send us that ringtone. Hold on. Stay still. No, stop moving. Stop.
Rub the top of the phone together.
Stop breathing. Yeah, that wouldn't work. So there was a lot of problems, and they shelved it for nearly what's that? Nearly 14 years. They're like, nah, it's not going to work. And Niantic, fair play to them. They must have had one hell of a board meeting with Nintendo.
GPS helps.
Nintendo are not very friendly.
Embracing of new technologies.
I think they are.
Friend codes, Joe. Friend codes.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's true. But they have tried technologies. Like, look at the fucking Wii's and all that shit. Like, but this one, it just didn't. Like, Niantic must have gone in and sucked everyone on the boardroom's dick for the Pokemon Go to be made. They were like, why would we give you our license to create a game? We've done all right for the last 23 years, if you ask me. Fucking billion dollar company. I think we're fine. And yet, Pokemon Go came out of nowhere. Like,
that thing was like a runaway mainstream success.
Yeah, like, I had a few stats on them there.
It had a ridiculous amount of crossover. Like, people who I would never have thought of.
It's crazy.
As either video game fans or Pokemon fans were like, hey, I'm playing Pokemon Go. I've just spent €40 on this phone game.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at it, it's had over 752 million downloads with a revenue of 1.2 billion.
It's a lot of money.
Like, straight away, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just in like the first 6 months of the game in 2016, they made 950 million. And then from 2017, 890 million in a year. So they made over the amount of a full year in 6 months.
That is fucking crazy. Like
Thanks,
that's
Ken.
insane.
I know that like not as many people play it now, but like for at least a month or 6 weeks, fucking everybody was playing it. And
there's still a huge player base on Pokemon Go. I think they're boasting over 150 million logins a day or something.
Really?
Like on
the
average.
thing you can So there is there seems to be a pretty big amount of depth if you want to look for it, with the whole IV levels.
Yes.
And, you know, the strategy behind it. I can see why people drop off of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand that.
there's not much to the fighting in it. It's kind of just, hey, tap your screen very fast.
Yeah.
Break your phone.
The battling is crap. In
Yeah.
it.
The battling is still
And-
shy, yeah, definitely.
The catching is super random. Because, like, I have caught, like, orange or red circled Pokemon with one regular Pokeball.
Yeah.
And then I've had green Pokemon that have taken 5 or 6 Whipberries. Like, that is the most frustrating thing about it. It's just like, I have no way of controlling how this works. And it's the same with, in fairness, it is the same with the Game Boy games.
Really?
Yeah.
There is an
You
element of
gotta take their health
randomness to
down
it.
to
Yeah.
very low, otherwise the catch rate is really like high.
No,
on
of
the
course.
green.
But, like, there is still that random chance. I don't know what the level is, but there is still that random chance in the Game Boy game where even if you get them down to the last sliver of health, you have to throw your Pokeball and then they still break out of it somehow. And
See, that's one thing I'd love in Pokemon Go is the status kind of changes. So, like, if my Pokemon could do a move where I put one to sleep, it's like they're easier to catch when they're asleep in the game.
Yeah.
Like, or you paralyze them in the game. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, he's paralyzed.
So you break his legs and
He can't move.
break his back.
Literally can't move. Like,
Right.
thing, you put him to sleep, you can
it's
freeze
more like a
them.
magic spell.
Oh, sorry, right. I figured it was just
Like-
brute force, just
Oh, yeah.
severe violence. That's what I thought it was.
Well, he broke
It's the
Pikachu's
Pokemon way.
spine.
It's like,
Throw him into the pit.
go Bane! And he breaks his spine.
Just fucking beat the crap out of
I
Pokemon.
will get you, Vaporeon.
I think I've been playing from day one. I know Ken has been playing from day one. And it's a very different game from the game that was released at day one. My God, it's so different.
Well, that's fair, because it does update.
They have brought it on in leaps and bounds, especially like gyms.
The last
and
6 months has been
stuff like that, yeah.
fantastic. Like this year started off with the community days, which is so
Community.
good. Community days.
You went
which is
Canadian there for a
fantastic.
minute.
It's been nearly
Community.
event after event, non-stop since January.
Yeah.
Little different things.
And it needed it.
It did, and
Yeah.
they're updating the shinies. They're changing things well.
Explain shinies for people that don't know what that is, because I didn't know what it was until about 2 months ago. So
They're Pokemon that
Different
glow
colours.
out of their arse.
They're pretty much different colors. Special in the game, they're not even really acknowledged. And when they did acknowledge it, they said it's a genetic mistake. Kind of like gingers.
Wow.
apologies to Ken.
Thanks, Joe.
I mean, you can't see Ken right now because he's off camera, but he is ginger. So yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But yeah,
But you're a day
Like,
walker, so you're not a
you'll
total
see
freak.
like
Ken. Don't worry about it.
you look at
Take that.
You look great.
Gyarados is the first, or Magikarp was the first ever. Or no, Gyarados was the actual first ever shiny, and he's not blue, he's red.
Yeah. Oh.
Shock horror.
Yeah.
And that's starting to filter kind of down through Pokemon Go, which is
Yeah.
kind of fun. Or was it Magikarp you see first?
I don't know.
Pretty
like,
sure it was Red Gyarados in the Lake of Rage in the games.
You're asking the wrong person.
The
I
Lake
have
of
no
Rage.
clue.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Ken's
Yeah.
totally fact checking that now to see if I'm
Yeah.
a lying sack of shit. But yeah, so it's definitely come on leaps and bounds. You're right, and it's one of those things where it's just gonna. I can't see this game ending.
No.
It's one of those ones where like, guys, we're making $1 billion a year. Why the fuck would we stop?
Yeah. I got some stats here.
Cool.
Apparently from January this year, This is from fucking last year at some point. Anyway,
Cool. It's 2017.
as
facts
of
even,
2017,
Yeah.
this time 2017, 5 million daily users,
Wow.
65 million monthly users. As of June of last year,
Yeah.
752 million downloads to date.
Oh, this is where I got the
Yeah.
stuffs as well. Like,
$1.2 billion total revenue as of June of last year for Pokemon Go. Percentage of Android devices in the US that have Pokemon Go installed them, 10.81%,
That's a nice percentage.
which is pretty fucking
I have
big.
a random question,
Yeah.
and this is related to a Pokemon gym thing.
yeah.
How come I can give berries to a gym that's like 20 miles away?
Oh, that changed a little while ago, before Christmas. You used to have to be in the area and click on the Pokemon. Now you can actually just go feed them.
It
From
says like
miles
I'm
away.
Wi-Fi connected to a gym.
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird.
Once your Pokemon's in it, you can give them
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Jinx is still in that gym next to the office.
Is he?
Yeah, fucking 14 hours now.
Pretty good. You got some nice coins from that then.
Mm-hmm.
So what else are you on these stats?
Let me see.
Go back up to this one. This one's kind of cool. Number of days it took Pokemon Go to cross 50 million worldwide downloads. 19.
One of the things that actually
That's crazy.
It's no Fortnite Battle Royale. But
one of the things that made me almost quit in the early days is that, do you remember how much it glitched and froze and shit in the early days because everybody was fucking using it, and it was
terrible.
It took a very long time, or what seemed like a very long time for it to actually settle down. They could go and just try and catch like a Rattata or some shit, and it would crash. To try and catch anything, and it would fucking crash.
It's very stable now.
It's stable as shit now. Like, it
There was-
rarely crashes now. But,
Well, if you've
There was
got
that whole
1.2
thing-
billion, you might as well invest in a shit ton more
buy
servers.
a few more servers.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Pokemon Go Fest in the States that went terribly, terribly wrong?
Yeah, that's actually a shame. That's the Pokemon.
I'm sure the people who booked holidays around it also think so.
There's people from all over the country, and some went from other countries for trips as well. Some people boasted going from Australia or something. It was the one in New York, I think, or Detroit maybe. But so it's usually a whole park, and they put loads of stops in, loads of gyms, and the Pokemon is pretty much like a Safari Zone from the original games. It's tons of different types of Pokemon.
Oh God, yeah.
Remember Safari Zone?
Yeah,
That's what they kind
I
of called
completely
it.
forgot that.
do you want to explain what a stop is versus a gym for people that don't know? Or
A gym is where you can battle Pokemon or do raid ones, while a... Huh?
Sorry,
Ken?
just I was looking up about the shiny Pokemon.
Yeah.
That red Gyarados you were talking about wasn't actually a shiny. It was Team Rocket were forcing the evolutions of Magikarp into Gyarados, but Gyarados failed to change colour during evolution.
Really?
So it wasn't actually a shiny Gyarados.
That's weird.
The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
But I still can't find what was the actual first shiny Pokemon to be aired.
That's
I
interesting.
know the first one Ash ever saw in the TV series.
What was
Did they
that?
have shinies in the TV show?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
Ash
looking
owns
up.
one.
Oh, okay.
Ash actually owns a shiny Noctowl.
That's the episode 156 is the earliest I can find, which is the Noctowl.
The Noctowl, yeah. Yeah, that Pokemon Go Fest was horrible. So people had booked it all, bought their tickets and stuff like that, and they got the Pokemon Niantic had put on a whole day where they actually had in-house servers on site as well to boost it because there'd be so many, and hackers took it down. They
Damn
had server
hackers.
issues. Now the hackers were stopped
Them
very early on,
losers.
but they couldn't get the servers to come back online, which is horrible. So everybody decided to sue. They settled at like 1.2 million, I think.
It was a lot of money.
For the Pokemon Go Fest, and since then they have not reorganized something that sounds absolutely fucking awesome.
I've got some more
Love
stats
it.
for you, by the way. Number of Pokemon the Pokemon Go users have caught as of February last year, 88 billion. Number of traffic accidents that have been caused by people playing Pokemon Go, 100,000 as of November last year.
I'd
is
love to
a
see the percentage in
That
America.
is a ridiculously high number.
It fucking is.
Like, fucking PSA, public service announcement, get off your fucking phone if
It's
you're
a couple of
driving.
deaths as well. The guy that went off the cliff in America because he was staring at
PSA,
his
watch
screen.
where you're walking.
Two, there was a guy who, for some reason, his house is an old church he converted into a house.
Right.
So it was put as an automatic gym, whatever way they worked it. And people kept crowding around his house constantly.
So he shot them.
He ended up shooting one on the lawn.
Good guess.
Like at 10 at night, someone was outside
Is
his
it in
house.
the
He
United
thought he was
States?
breaking in the States. Of course it
that
is.
makes sense.
He ended up fucking shooting him on his lawn. So yeah, there's been a few like little incidents and accidents and
That man
that
was Clint
man.
Eastwood.
What's really funny is I always love like going around town if like I'm playing Pokemon Go. It's like I wonder if there's any Pokemon Go players. And
I
like,
have
look out
seen-
for the battery packs, people.
I have seen people walking around just staring at their phone, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's it.
"Are you playing Pokemon
You
Go?"
definitely
I can.
play.
Yeah.
And then you see the screen. It's like, okay, yeah, you're playing
I
Pokemon.
remember another
Ken's
very...
got something by the way.
Sorry,
You
go
look
on.
It's
shocked.
actually freaky. Pokemon Go deathtracker.com.
Oh my god.
Oh come on, no way.
16 deaths.
Oh.
55 injuries.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a lot of people stepping out in front of cars and
That's
stuff.
super
I've heard.
morbid.
That,
Yeah.
First thing you can find if you Google Pokemon Go deaths. I was just looking for a number, but this is an actual friggin' website
Yeah.
dedicated to this shit.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, this is.
You might want to hold that mic a bit closer, by the way. I think you're quite low.
It's just
Oh, fuck, he's not wrong. It's the first website.
He's not
Like,
wrong.
oh, wow. That's actually like a fuck.
5 to 5.
Hold that to the camera.
Holy
there,
shit,
Joe.
this is so cool. Sorry.
That's not cool.
I'm sorry. There's, oh my god.
The first death was the 20th of July.
So about 2 weeks
16.
afterwards. Yeah. After it was launched.
Pokemon Go sees its first death after an 18-year-old breaks into a house to catch a virtual animal but is shot.
Oh god.
I didn't know they had
Oh,
virtual
wow.
animals in
Yeah.
Pokemon Go.
Man died of a heart attack moments after catching rare Pokemon.
That's
It was
fucking
Lapras?
crazy.
Really?
So that's not really a Pokemon Go death.
He's not
That's
worth dying
just
over.
a guy who has bad health and happened to have...
May 15, 2017. Pokemon Go player suffers serious injury, loses sight in one eye.
How?
Oh. Britain's first Pokemon Go murder. Supermarket worker beaten to death in car park over his mobile phone game.
Okay,
What the hell?
stop being so joyous in the misery of others.
I saw this one. Okay, this is
That sounds
Literally,
weird, yeah.
Or
a Pokemon Go
I
streamer
murdered that
mugged
guy.
live on Twitch. He was streaming on Twitch trying to catch a shiny or something like that, and like it mugged him. Like I mean,
Was that
like
fake?
no, it was live on Twitch.
No, but was it? I thought it was staged.
Oh my god, there's. I'll pick one last random
Okay.
one to see. All right, so let's go.
This
down.
one.
Oh, okay, that is police man assaults niece over Pokemon Go dispute.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, 2 Pokemon Go players allegedly drunk crash cars into the trees in
Jesus
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm actually looking it up here. In America,
Of course it is. They seem to be
typical.
all American.
It compares the countrywide increases to 286 crashes during the same period over a month.
Oh,
over
wow.
the space of a month, 286 crashes.
That's
insane.
ridiculous.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, we're stopping
Yeah.
that right now.
All right.
All right, that's Pokemon
Oh
Go.
yeah, well
done
that's
anyway, but,
Pokemon
like,
Go.
Yeah.
Like, that's their latest craze, and it doesn't seem to ever have an ending.
Mhm.
Now, one of the things I'm definitely excited about, or one thing we should actually talk about, the TV series.
Yeah.
The TV series, although we touched on it a tiny bit, the episode where Porygon. Do you ever hear the Porygon incident?
No.
It's a famous one.
Is this the one they banned in Japan?
They banned it in Japan, and it never aired anywhere else.
It was something to do with the noise he made. Was like telling people to kill themselves. Or
He was
something?
in a computer-generated world, and what happened was, when a rocket hit a explosive, it shined blue and red on the screen. It gave
it was
thousands of people epilepsy in epileptic fits in Japan,
Jesus.
and some did die. So,
Is that what the Simpsons joke is based off?
oh,
Where they're
that
in
could be
Japan
it.
and the super fighty robot things.
Could be. How many episodes do you think there is?
849.
There's over 1,000.
Yeah, 1,004 episodes.
I was
It's
close.
one of the longest running TV series of all time at this stage, with over 1,000 episodes, which is
in
crazy.
Price is Right rules, I
Like-
was better.
The movies.
What?
Closest
How?
without going over.
No, I was at I said over 1,000, so technically it was a...
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, with that
Enough.
seizures episode.
Seizures, Pokemon,
Yeah,
Porygon.
as a result of the seizures, 685 viewers were taken to hospital, and 2 people remained hospitalized for more than 2 weeks.
Sweet Jesus. Like, it's
Ken is a fact-checking
they've
machine.
banned-
Yeah.
there's a banned
Or
episode
at least
list,
laptop
if you
list.
want to look it up. A banned episode list. There's one where James of Team Rocket put on... He got
Fucks
breast
me up.
implants. He
What?
put, oh, man, you never seen it?
Don't
sounds so-
search James breast implants. That
Too
might-
late.
You're spoiling my fucking... If Virgin Media look at the stuff I'm Googling...
Yeah, you're fucked, man. It's definitely going to come up with St. James's. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I figured that had
That
happened.
is so weird.
Are you looking for breast augmentation, Joe?
Yeah, see?
I think your breasts are fine.
So you got breast implants
Why?
and started showing them off to Misty because she has none. No tits.
Oh,
She's
Aren't
like,
they like
God.
she's like an
12?
ironing board. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so...
Like, it didn't work. Another one they banned was the Safari Zone. So I remember watching that as a kid. There's one episode where Ash is saying, I'm going to the Safari Zone. And then the very next one, the next week, was he's with Professor Oak, and he's like, look at all the 20 Pokemon I caught in the Safari Zone. And he's caught like 16 Tauros and loads of little rare ones. And you're like, what the fuck happened? there was an incident in one of the episodes when he entered the park. The old man who runs the safari zone pulled a revolver on him and pulled back the trigger, and Ash's head, he ducked out as he shot. So, like, they said, no, it's a kids' program. We don't want him pointing a gun at Ash's head. So they decided to ban it. They banned the whole episode.
As you do.
There's a few over the years they've banned for certain things, over sexualization and stuff. Japan lets them straight away see it. They don't care. But America and
yeah, I think I'm only finding 3 that were banned in Japan.
Yeah,
but
there's 12 in like America or something.
Yeah, there's like I'm looking. There's probably about like 15 or so, I think.
Yeah,
and yet they censor pornography in Japan as well, which is odd.
The biggest concern Aiden has, like, never going to Japan, can't watch any good porn.
He loves a bit of
uncensored vagina.
But they pixelate the genitals. It's fucking weird.
That's actually just what genitals look like in Japan, Aiden.
There's actually one banned episode of when Ash kisses May. Obviously, like future ones that I've never watched.
Yeah, one of the partners.
But a kiss.
Yes.
It's not like Aiden saying that bans porn in Japan. It's a kiss.
Yeah, you know what? Japan has some weird cartoon porn. What's the cartoon porn in Japan called?
Hentai?
Is that it? Oh, Mick knows it. Straight off the bat. Look at that. How many movies do you think they are, by the way?
Pokemon?
20.
No, we looked this up. There's like one a year since...
Nearly, yeah.
One a year since whenever that first one came out.
Yeah.
There's about 20.
So yeah, I'd say it's that. But some, like, they skip 2012, but then have 3 in like 2014 or
Black
something.
and White had one each and stuff. There's 19 official with about, I think... they remade 2 other ones. So 21 technically for movie releases, and then they have the TV specials, which are like half hour, kind of like 40-minute long short movies. There is about another 12 of those. So there's another one on the way as well. They had a trailer recently.
And if you want to hear our thoughts on the very first Pokemon movie,
yes,
then watch the full video when it drops on YouTube, or listen to the whole thing when it's on, Spotify and such.
35, including Pikachu shorts, Joe, just to let you know.
32.
Pikachu doesn't wear shorts.
35.
He doesn't wear clothes.
Before we move on to near the end of the stuff.
Yeah, that just fell by the wayside there, Mick. Sorry about that.
Do we have any comments?
Yeah,
anyway?
so we have a few. We asked a few things of even, like, favourite memories and stuff like that. And we did get a few from, like, some of the Pokemon guys, which was kind of cool. Where the hell... Oh, it looks like the Pokemon group was talking. Where is...
They're talking about cats, apparently.
Yeah, a lot, and a shitload of Pokemon. Oh my fucking god! Someone just sent us their
life story.
Yeah, pretty much on it.
Good, because we need some content.
Okay.
Hashtag content.
So Andy from our Pokemon Go group, his fondest memory of Pokemon would be Blaine's Magmar just erupting from the volcano when battling Blaine, or seeing Ho-Ho flying over Ash's head. Both cool kind of little things. The Magmar was cool because it was like that Charizard got his ass kicked.
Fucking spoilers.
20-year-old spoilers, get over yourself.
Pretty sure Ho-Ho flying over Ash's head is the first ever episode.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, it's actually Mew in disguise. Later revealed. Nice. The lasting longevity for me would be the inclusion of new generations, which tailored to newer generations of kids having direct means to get involved with the shows and games, as well as Gen 1ers having a new lease on the Pokemon world.
New gen Pokemon are literal garbage.
There is one that is a garbage.
I know, Trubbish.
Trubbish, yeah. There's a
There's
garbage
a Pokemon called Trubbish that is literally a pile of garbage.
Tell me if I just put garbage Pokemon, it comes up. What?
It's real dumb.
Yeah.
So when you say new, Mick, do you mean like the latest?
I mean anything that wasn't in the first game.
Yeah, there you go.
Trubbish.
That's
Trubbish.
It's a bin bag.
Do you think anything beyond Gen 1 is rubbish?
I don't know. I'm
Gen
being
2 is
facetious.
good. 3 is pretty
it
good.
must be,
4
in fairness.
isn't the worst. 5 meh. The latest in Sun and Moon, I think, has been alright. Like, a few are really cool. I actually always like that one.
People seem to like
Kafarius or
Poplio.
something. He's cool.
Which?
Poplio?
Which one is that?
He's a starter for the latest one, actually.
Yeah.
Basically, if it's not in any of the generations thus far released on Pokemon Go, I probably won't know
I
it.
like him.
Honestly.
Can't wait till that legendary comes out.
What is he?
Can't remember his name.
His name is Frank.
Frank. I'm going to call him Frank.
Yeah.
That's a cool little memory.
Yeah.
Alright, what else we got? My fondest memory from Robin, fondest memory of Pokemon playing the games on my Game Boy Color. I got red and my brother got blue, so when they got the exclusive Pokemon and Trading Wire came out, we swapped to complete the decks. When my friend's big brother showed us the glitch for Mew, but we'd already talked to that one fisherman, so we had to start the game all over again and aim to get Mew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Longevity in each Pokemon gen kind of corresponds to the next generation of players. So the original 151 is mine, but my nieces are all about Gen 3 and 4, so the conversation continues between the adults and kids. And parents remember loving Pokemon as a kid, so their kids' love of it is kept alive because their parents play with them and can relate to them. That's kind of cool.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Like, the longevity is crazy on this game. I wonder how long it'll go for. Andy, as a standing point for gaming, that has been the only reason I have bought a handheld Nintendo device since the Game Boy Color, all the way up to the 3DS XL. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, it sells a lot of consoles.
Yeah, sure.
Even though you could get the same experience playing Pokemon Red and Blue as you can playing X and Y, I would argue.
Just better graphics and a lot more Pokemon.
Yeah.
Sure, there are games like Mario and Zelda that interest me on that platform, but I wouldn't buy a new console for them. I didn't get a Wii U or a Switch, but I'll more likely buy a Switch if the announced Pokemon title turns out to be good. That's good. And this one, I'm interested in. Will I read the life story
the giant
one?
one?
Go
Go for it.
Will I? Okay. This sounds...
Put on your glasses, Joe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need it. All right. What's his real name?
I actually don't know.
Baba Jingo.
Baba Jingo.
I don't know his real name.
Boba Jingo.
That's his actual
Who's
name.
Baba
Who's
Jingo?
Boba Jingo? Do you know?
I'm sorry if they watch this and we don't know who they are.
I feel bad now. I don't remember which one is Baba Jingo.
I can't remember either.
That's fine. I don't know any of these.
It's okay. They're probably not
I'm
gonna see
sorry.
this.
I think it's either Dara or Ralph.
No, Ralph is...
He's Ralph.
Hello.
Little
Lily.
Richie.
He comes up as Lily.
No, that's Lily.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Lily Rich. I know the one.
Yeah.
I know the guy you're talking about. That's Richie. No, that's Lily Rich.
Is Richard
Oh,
Lilly in
I
your Pokemon Go
apologise.
group?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, Baba
Anyway.
Jingo.
So I
says-
do know someone in your Pokemon Go
Yeah.
group.
I feel he
No,
says
us too.
I feel
Yeah,
like I
well,
need
you
to
don't count.
provide like proper research and links, so I was procrastinating. My fondest memory is sitting on top of my best friend's dog house as kids. Thank God that
thank
finished
God
off. Good God!
I was sitting on my friend's dog's head.
Wow!
That just
as
wasn't
kids,
sitting on the dog.
trading Pokemon with her via. Oh, that's so
Cable
worded weird. Via link cable in Pokemon Crystal. Oh, Crystal! What has helped the longevity of the series? World building. Long answer. That's the short answer. Is world building. Long
Just
answer.
don't read anything
A
else.
combination of factors. Pokemon was designed with the limitations of the original.
Just
Game
say
Boy.
slavery.
Slavery. Pokemon slavery is why we like to enslave animals. No, he didn't actually say that. I'm just.
That was
anyway.
a Simpsons reference.
Yeah. To compensate, they had to focus on bringing in the customer with an interesting and engaging experience. The anime then added to this with quirks and personalities to the world you had explored. I remember... What happened? He's got a low battery. I remember caring very little about the human characters then watching. There are several steps where they clearly expected the series to end.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny you should say that. Pokemon, the first movie, was supposed to be the finale. After Crystal and again after Platinum...
I'm just going
What
to
happened?
plug this in. Sorry, go on.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
When it
okay.
didn't happen, they took a risk and continued to try new things that would happen to appeal in different ways.
Producer Ken.
So,
to the
funnily
rest.
enough, they actually wanted to end the games with Gold and Silver, hence why if you complete Gold and Silver, the professor says, hey, why don't you go to this land? And it's the original first game, Red and Blue, in Silver.
Oh,
so
really?
you complete the whole game, like hours, hundreds of hours, and then they say, hey, why don't you complete Red and Blue?
Yeah.
Why don't you just play the
and then
same
you get
game
to fight
again?
Ash at
No
the
way.
end of it. And that was
Jesus.
supposed to be it. But then they realised, fuck, we just sold like 100 million.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Will we
Let's
just keep on going? Fuck this. So he goes, I don't like battles. How about the contest? Super contest. Want to be an idol? You can be an idol. You can give your Machamp a monocle and a cane and watch him dance. It's true.
What?
In the latest games, you can
Okay.
do beauty competitions. Want to try different ways of battling? Battle frontiers? Hell, scrap gyms all together for Alola. Yeah, there's no gyms or anything in the latest games. There's no champion. There's no nothing. There's trials.
Okay.
So it's different and it's actually quite good. If you like games, there was a main series, side series, card collecting, fighting games, trading, figure game, mobile games as an environmental facilitator. I've looked into the concept that it's also free and accessible and engaging with new features made to include younger audiences as well as old. Kids feel excited to talk about a common interest with an adult on the same superior level. Some people are just collectors. I think as a kid I was super into drawing them too much. to which was another way to enjoy it. Anyway, I don't know if I'm making my point well, but it's ideal for young people to discover a magical world around them, and with well-developed world rules, you can also encourage creativity and watch them create their own Pokemon or trainers, towns, gyms, regions, villains, anything. How many other series ticks that many boxes for engaging kids? Then just nostalgia as you get older, plus still liking comparing Pokemon in real life, animals and stuff. Hashtag not obsessive. And then he sends about 20 pictures of like every Pokemon badge. He's got to be... it's got to be a girl. No? 40
What,
plus
just because he
toys.
owns teddies?
We have a mold problem at the moment, so stuff is everywhere. Okay, there is so much Pokemon stuff. Cool.
That's fucking
That last
crazy.
one is not a Pokemon, that's a cat.
Mewtwo is based on a cat. Oh, we just linked it.
Actually, one of the
I really hope you heard that on the podcast. It was like a...
one of the girls has a cat that she called Mew.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, which is cool.
That's cool. I think that's a nice way of finishing
That
up.
might, that's a good way of finishing up.
Because it was a difficult one to get through, but we realised...
No, we spoke for fucking 50 minutes on Pokemon, so that worked.
I do realise
I probably didn't
Pokemon has
contribute
so much.
super amount to that conversation, but it was interesting seeing how passionate you guys are for Pokemon.
I do. It's how it got me into a Nintendo magazine when I was like 12.
Yeah.
That's hot.
And Aiden, you have like a Pokemon watch, so
Yeah, exactly. To explain this, like it helps catch Pokemon and shit when you're not actually using the app.
Aiden doesn't have to play Pokemon Go anymore.
No.
Did you just say it helps you
A
catch
tattoo.
Pokemon and shit while you shit?
It can.
I have like a Charmander
Yeah.
tattoo, and it's not even my favourite Pokemon. I just like the design.
Yeah. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Metagross,
Which one is that again?
Gen 3, Beldum's third evolve.
Oh, right. Yeah, I haven't got it.
I
yet.
always
That's why I
like
don't know.
Cubone because he wears his skull as a mask.
It's getting dark.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you say
And-
that was
and,
you told us once that was the skull of one of his family members that died?
It's mother.
It is. It's his mother.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what I literally just said.
Oh,
Aiden.
sorry. I was ignoring you.
I thought so.
Lol.
Machamp is pretty cool too. Just a little
Yeah.
karate chop and little rock.
Machamp.
Yeah.
Cheetah shop.
Can't hear us.
What?
Can you hear each other?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Your headphones are probably just gone.
Any final thoughts, people?
There we go.
No. Go Pokemon. Go.
That was the least amount of enthusiasm I've
Go
ever heard.
Pokemon.
Mick's like, can we get back to normal fucking podcast now?
Yeah.
Like, can we?
Yeah.
We've done Pokemon. Can we just like end it there?
I'm out of your anime bullshit.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ken, any other final thoughts?
That's not
Okay.
a fact I can check.
Can I Google this?
Yeah. Let me Google that for you.
Okay. Next week's episode of the Z Podcast. Do we have a film?
Yeah,
We
Full
do.
Metal Jacket.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
we do.
yeah.
Because of the passing of Orly Emery. No, it's 2
A what?
weeks ago.
Orly Ernie?
Emery.
Is it
that-
Emery? I thought it was Ernie.
Emery.
Google that shit.
Kenneth?
For
Sorry,
God's
what?
sake.
I zoned out. I was Googling final thoughts.
Robert Lee Emery was the name of the actor from Full Metal Jacket, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it was.
Yeah. Not Ernie.
Yeah, Ernest goes to
Book.
the army,
Like,
That was an actual
the
film.
man's
wasn't
an
it?
absolute hero.
possibly.
And we will talk about how he actually got the job next week, because I love that story. It's one of
Ronald
my favourite.
Lee Ermey.
Oh, Robert. Okay.
But he's
Ronald.
credited as Orly.
Yeah. Or,
Anyway.
yeah, it's usually Orly.
Or it's
So
Orly.
it's Full Metal Jacket. Sucky,
Yeah.
sucky, $5.
Do we have a question of the week, or do we still need to discuss and decide
let's discuss that.
We will
okay,
discuss it,
There's
yeah.
a few ideas popping around.
Okay.
So, Aiden, if people want to contact us, where can they do so?
They can contact us on Twitter at PreachinPod. You can contact us by Gmail, preachinonpreacher@gmail.com. The answer is no to the next question, by the way. We haven't got any correspondence.
I wasn't actually going to ask.
No.
I don't care anymore, to be completely honest.
Lol. You can also reach us on Facebook. Just search for Preachin on Preacher at the movies and you'll find us. You can listen to us on Spotify.
Mhm.
You can find us on YouTube now.
Mhm.
And you can also listen to us on preachinonpreacher.com.
Very good.
And anywhere that you can
By podcast.
download podcasts for free. And also Mixcloud as well.
Yeah, we may need to look into. Google did some announcement during the week about some new podcasting providing thing, so we might need to look into that and see how that works.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we can discuss that off.
Technical
mic.
matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
Seeing as you Googled it, Ken, final thoughts?
It was actually a website
Finalthoughts.com.
Finalthoughts.com about leaving your loved one a message after you've died.
Oh, for
Wow.
God's
Wow,
sake.
fuck's sake, that's twice it's gone really
I'm
dark.
just gonna mute Ken forever.
New.
Pokemon
That's-
deaths and now deaths of your loved one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
Well, this has been dead fun.
Mm.
I'll see.
What about your final thoughts, Mick?
No, I'm done. I'm
Okay.
out.
Done?
Yeah.
You're done?
I will see you guys next
Okay.
week then, yeah?
Yeah, if I don't die before then.
Oh, for God's sake, don't say that.
Don't worry, we'll leave you a message.
You will, yeah.
Sad. I'll see you guys next week. Keep on preaching.